Hello guys, and welcome back to Used and Reviewed. Today we're going to have a quick look at Resistance Burning Skies, and we're going to do a quick unboxing video. The game's just launched today in the UK. It's been out for a couple of days in the US, so I thought we'd have a quick look at the box and see what's inside, and also just have a quick look at the back as well, because it's slightly different to the US box that I've seen already on the internet. I nearly didn't pick this game up. There's been a lot of reviews on the internet about the game, and some bad, some very bad, and I nearly didn't pick the game up. But you know, being the first kind of first-person shooter on the Vita, and being a Resistance fan myself, I thought I'd pick it up, and I'm really interested to see how the multiplayer works. It's the first kind of game that's multiplayer, you know, 4v4 in online game that I'd like to look at in from a shooter perspective. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting up a couple of reviews later on, and the first one will probably be the multiplayer, because I'm really excited about that. In terms of the box itself, obviously the front, I think that's the same kind of artwork that you get in the US. Obviously we've got slightly different ratings, but this is a PEGI 16. It also states that you're going to need a memory card to play the game, which I'm sure you all have by now. Otherwise you'll have struggled to play any game on the Vita. So in terms of the box, I know this is slightly different to the US version. The US version's got a bit more narrative on there, so this doesn't really tell you much about the game from a narrative point of view, but just mentions a couple of key features such as multiplayer for up to 8 players online. Just have a quick look at some of the icons down here. So it's a one-player game. There are network features, and for network players 2 to 8 can obviously play at the same time. So those that are looking for a bigger first-person shooter kind of adventure online, then you're going to be slightly disappointed, because the most you're going to have is 4v4. So I'm really intrigued to see how that works out in the game. Hopefully the map designs are good enough, not too large when we're looking at smaller gameplay such as 4v4. A couple of other points on there: dual analog sticks, which again there's been a lot of talk about. It's the first game on the Vita to really use the dual analog sticks in a first person shooter perspective, so can't wait to try that out. And there's also the touch screen and rear touchpad controls as well. Got a couple of concerns about that. I've seen some videos already, and I hope it doesn't get in the way of your normal gameplay, and that's a big concern, not just for this game but for other games on the Vita. It's okay putting in touchscreen controls, but if it's going to take away from what could simply be a button press, then I don't see the point in doing it. You're just jumping on the bandwagon, really. Another point to note is the minimum save file for the game is just over 2 megabytes. That's good news. And then you've got all your kind of warning signs, that I like to call them, along here. There is some violence in there, and there's a bit of bad language as well. So you know, if you're adverse to a bit of bad language, then obviously don't play this game. And it just notes that there's online as well. A couple other pieces down here: location data services. So there is a bit around using the Near application on the Vita. And obviously there's a microphone as well for your online chat, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. Final point, I guess, is there is a network pass within the game, and so once you've used that voucher, it is gone for good. So let's have a quick look inside the box. Obviously you're all very familiar with the box from a PS Vita game. There's not much inside of here. Obviously you've got the main game here and the cartridge, which I'm sure you'd have seen plenty of by now. And on the left hand side we've got a couple of leaflets. The first one is just some more great games to to get for your Vita. They look like launch games, to be honest, and there's nothing new there or anything coming up in the future. And then here we've got some accessories that you can also get for your Vita as well. The only other leaflet in there is your voucher code for the network pass and online, so don't try putting that voucher in because I've already activated it. Very simple to use. The only issue I've got with it really is that you have to unlock the voucher code in the PS Store before you load the game up and go into multiplayer. So if you go into multiplayer first, it won't work, and it'll actually try and attempt to find the voucher code and verification, and it won't load. So you're going to have to do this first before you're going to actually have to join the game and go online on the game itself. And then there's voucher code terms and conditions. I'm not really sure why you need a massive list of terms and conditions, to be honest. You know, it's a code, you put it in and get on with it. Anyway, so that's the unboxing of the game. As I said, we'll be looking at the game in more detail, so stick around for future reviews. The first thing I'm going to look at is definitely the multiplayer. For me, this is the seller for the game really. Let's see how it plays, and hopefully with the recent patch that's come out, it would have got over some of those teething problems that everyone's been banging on about on the internet. So guys, once again, thanks for watching. As usual, please rate, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.